Hi everybody, it's Noyantis Usergroup Meeting. Today is the 31st of July 2017 and host myself and John are here. Basically, apologies for not having the webinar last week. There was a rush on a project and basically it just had to take priority. Sorry about that, but these things happen, from time to time. Okay, do we have any questions? Do we have any questions or queries or problems? Enhancements? Anything?
I
suppose it's
Seems
really...
like last time there were just tons of them, right? And this time there's nothing at the moment.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's but I'm usually late, so I bet people are only just going to be turning up. Of course, if we don't have questions or queries, then we can continue with our resource template. But I'm sure we will have some. But Roberto's mic's not open. We've got a hand up off Roberto. Hi, Roberto. Oh, I can only just hear you. I think you said something about a resource template, but it was really low.
Yeah, what is that? Sorry.
It was like an echo of Andy or something.
Echo of Andy?
Oh no, you don't want that. Hard enough to understand in the first place.
We've been working. I just wanted to tell you, we've been working on the XAML template on our Saturdays, actually, Saturday webinars.
Oh, right. Is that the Spanish one?
Yes. Of course, the template will be in English, but, so anybody can use it. But it might be something that it would be interesting to kind of add. I think this next Saturday we're going to try to incorporate it into like the report control so that we can use it to fill in different report control XAML cells with it and so on. But
wow.
We'll see. We'll see how far we get along with that. But
what's its intention then? Is it to basically build
to help you create XAML code out of whatever you want? And so you'll be able to build a border or a text block or, a grid or whatever you want to do with it. We'll have different parts of it in the template. We're still trying to figure out how to kind of put it together, but we're getting there.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to think. This coming Saturday, mind you, it'll be in Spanish. I might struggle a little. I'm trying to think. What time is that based?
I started here at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I'm like -6 from you, so it'd be like Saturday at maybe 2 o'clock for you or 3 o'clock.
Okay,
I can't remember. What time is it over there?
Here now it's 4 p.m.
Okay, so it's 1 hour late before, so it starts at 3 o'clock for you.
3 o'clock. Okay, I will see. I'll check the availability. I don't know on this coming weekend, to be honest, but I'll check the availability and we'll let you know. But if you do have raise any questions from it or anything like that, then by all means, bring them next week and we can also cover them here. That's not a problem.
Yeah, sure.
And to answer your question, what is the resource template?
Yeah, what is that?
We started it a few weeks ago now, and it's going to be a support template for the Kojok wrappers. It still needs some more work because we've thought of extra things for it, but the idea is you'll be able to put your versions and your settings on one centralized template.
Okay, I remember it now. I remember what it was.
Yep.
Yes.
Put it into the data app, and then your central dictionary.
Then it would copy your stuff from that one to your other.
Export them, yeah. So,
as a multi-DLL. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because otherwise you're filling with each and every one of them.
Yeah, quite a good repeat and rinse. So so that's what that is. Now we have got a question. So before we actually switch to it, we've got David. I'm just going to open up the mic. Hi, David.
Hey, Andy. How you doing?
Yes, good. Yourself?
Pretty good.
Cool.
Monday's usually not too bad.
If by Friday we're all weary.
That's when it gets a little rough, yeah. At the end of the week.
So
I had a question.
Docking
A question
pane.
on the docking panes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a multi-DLL app, and our docking panes are being launched, off of a main menu. Off that we have that taskbar, the menu bar.
Yep.
And then it launches the docking panes. But we're finding that if the docking pane browse or the procedure is in a different DLL, then it won't call it, or it doesn't activate it.
Okay.
If it's in the same DLL, so like if everything's pulled into main, then it's okay. But if we have something in another procedure, like orders or something, and that's where all those browsers are, then when we try to put the the orders docking screen into the main procedure, then it doesn't seem to work.
Well, basically, on most, I'd say a high percentage of the templates, they just go in the apps that you need them. But the docking panes is an exception to it. So let me just bring in the docking pane, open the demo app. And basically you would add the docking pane to the central dictionary app.
Right, the base guy, yeah. Okay.
Yep, the base.
That's where I got it.
So you've got that, and there should be a setting under the window manager. And basically, I think that's going to be your problem. You need to, in here, say yes, it's part of multi-DLL, and it's declared in this application.
Yeah, I got that part.
And then on the other apps, so basically you want on all of the applications, you want to add it, and then say it's multi-DLL declared in another app.
Okay.
So you want to do that on all the apps, and then obviously on the particular procedures that you want to be docked, you have to. Well, let's just show you on the procedures.
Have we changed that so that if we include that, we don't have to go disable it on all the procedures?
On
you know what I mean?
You've got the content management that will automatically get added. It's not changed yet, no. But this is going to be so where you add it to the procedure that you want it to be. That's I'm just going to make sure keep it backwards compatible, obviously, as well.
Okay, but right now it adds it to all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
But it's stopped by default, so you have to go and turn it on the particular procedures that you want.
Okay. Well, we've seen where we actually have to go and disable the template. Where it puts it on different windows. Then we have to manually go and disable it. Do you know what I'm talking about there?
No. Is it worth me taking a quick look at your screen?
Yeah, we've done that. Well, we've had to do that on most of the.
What you should get, the default should be. Well, let's just take any particular app. So I'll just copy in. Doesn't really matter. It could be this school. I'll just bring in one of mine. I had the calendar open a second ago, so let's just go with that. So you add the docking pane. As you obviously you know all this and so on. I'll choose a particular version, and now that will have automatically added the extension to each the content management to every procedure where it's got a window. But it still wouldn't let it be docked. It wouldn't let it be docked. You would have to untick that if it was going to be used. But you shouldn't have to disable anything.
Yeah, I thought that's what we've had to do for windows that were called from anything that's called from that browse, or all the other windows. We've had to manually go and disable the template.
You shouldn't really need to be honest.
I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly why we had to. We had to do it probably, it's been more than a year ago or something like that, but we had to go and do that in order to get it to
There is extra code. I mean, I've still got the stop. There is extra code still generated, but it's not really being actioned. But if that's the problem, then yeah, we need to. I'm trying to remember. We need to find out why, basically.
Well, I think the main thing is probably if it doesn't get put on every, if it doesn't get added to every window, then the issue wouldn't really be there. I mean, then you wouldn't have to disable it or do anything. You just put it on the window that you're actually putting it on.
And that's the intention. That's the route it's going to be going down. So basically, if you've got hundreds of procedures, which we all probably have, and you're only going to add it to, say, 10 top-level browsers, master browsers, if you will, then you'd only go to those 10 and add it. So, yeah, that's going to be the change. Still got to think on how I'm going to make it so it's backwards compatible and good going forward, but that'll be my problem, not yours. But yeah, so there is code generated. Like I say, there's a class generated there, and there's some particular details of that class, some properties initialized, but none of these should really cause an issue.
I don't remember because I don't remember why we had to disable them. It wouldn't call them, or it would. I think it was hanging or something like that. It would stop.
I'm trying to remember.
So, like if I tried to call like an update form, from the browse, or tried to call anything that came off of the browse, then we had to disable the. Manually come back in, and then anything that gets added, which I forget sometimes. So we'll create a new procedure there that creates a window, and then it starts behaving funny like that. It'll hang, or you'll try to close it and it won't come back.
Right.
And if you just disable the template for the new procedure that you added, then everything starts behaving again.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. We'll better have a look. But to answer the question on particular procedures and so on and so forth, that would be it. That's why if you haven't added the global to that particular procedure, to that application, then no, they won't become part of the docking content, because it doesn't know nothing of it in its own window class, in its own manager class.
I gotcha. Okay.
So that'll be the reason in the short term. I better look at that. I'll tell you what I will do. We'll look at that a matter of urgency this week to see the code what gets added for this content manager. That's going to be nice and simple. That'll just be a new extension template that you can just add, and all the code's written. So that won't be a problem. It's just making sure that we keep it backwards compatible for everybody else out there. They start turning it off. So it doesn't add automatically, and then you've got to go through and do it. Just got to tread carefully on that. That'll be the only problem.
Because I would think most of the windows, in an app are not docked, right? They're not.
That's right. Yeah.
The majority of them are not going to be. There's just a few that are the primary, docking pane. Guys that run in panes. I guess not a few, but.
I mean, that's
more than a few, but not the majority, I guess.
Yeah. The reason it still generates this code, because we said there, stop it from being docked. The reason it still generates the code is to do with parentage, because this basically it's so it can keep track of different levels and what procedure is called from what procedure and so on. So that's why it's still generating the code. It'd be interesting to find out what's actually causing it. But then again, if we're going to implement a different way, then maybe we don't need to.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. You try to find out what's the issue with the current one. But if it's going to be changed anyway, then you might want to fight the new bugs from that one, or the new side effects or whatever from that.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. Okay, I will look at that this week. In fact, I will give myself a little list here. Adding creating a new extension template, that's not a problem. The code's all there. It'll take, half an hour to do that. It's making sure we don't break anything going forward. So that's everybody that's continue to work.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Okay. So making a quick note. So docking pane. template. Right. Yep, got that. So that'll be, yeah, so to recap, that'll be the reason why you're not getting the content. If you've not added the global template, it knows nothing of it in the window manager class, so it won't get the handles, it won't be able to talk to it.
I see, okay. So that's probably on this procedure that we're calling.
Yeah, let's
the
say
new procedure.
exactly.
That app needs to have it added into there, or that DLL. Yeah.
It should do, yeah. I mean, just as a stopgap, obviously it's not going to be the best, but if you put it into your main or whatever, if you create that procedure, mind you, it could be easier said than done, but I was going to say, if you just create it in a place where you know you've got it for now, and then as soon as the new one's done, you'll be able to import it into the other and just add it accordingly.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a workaround. It's a bit ugly, but it's a workaround.
That's kind of what we're trying to do now. We have the browsers in the main, but then the browsers call, tons of things, and so all those have to be, all that stuff has to get included into the main.
Yep.
As instead of just having the browse defined, we have to define all the little pieces, that go along with it. It'd be great if we could, if I could split that out like a regular DLL.
Yeah. Okay. I will look at that this week for you. And we'll log in next week and we'll see if we've got something. And we'll take a couple of example apps, a couple of existing apps, mine obviously, which where we use it, and we'll try it with a new setup and see what we can accomplish.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Andy.
No problems. Any other questions? All looks quiet so far.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Well, as always, anyone's got anything or you think of something, then raise your hand, type it in, and so on. We'll open the mics up. But in the meantime, shall we continue on the resource template?
Let's do it.
So now let's just take that back off there for now. So we got up to the point, there's some tidy up still to do on this regarding tabs enabling when they shouldn't enable and so on, but if we just get the actual crux of it working, I can then just flush the tidy up through at the same time and finish that off back here afterwards. So we've got this part of a multi-DLL and so on. I'm trying to think where the settings were. There we are. So if it's declared in this app, this is where we start specifying. So we wanted to have a CodeJock version per product, if I remember rightly.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I had a thought though.
Oh yeah.
With the reg-free generating manifests, we've got this in the base DLL. Is it? I guess it'll do it, huh? You'll have it. Will that work? I guess that's the question. Will it work? Does it have to be in the main?
It needs to be in the main from the generation point of view, because that is what generates the reg-free com manifest. The application manifest. So it needs to be in there. But as long as we've got all the information, I think we can still get it to do it. Okay. I don't see why not. But yeah, it's a good. That's a good point. Would have caught us out later on.
Because did we decide that this was going to be in your base DLL? Is that where we're going to do all the settings?
Yeah.
I was wondering how that was going to affect the reg-free part. I didn't know.
Let's have a quick look. Let's have a bring that into play. We'll open up one of the normal examples. So let's say something like the calendar. And I do believe it's after generate manifest. Okay. No, we can still keep that. We can still do that, and maybe we actually want to put a switch on there to say this is we can detect it actually anyway. We can detect that we're generating the exe and generate the manifest automatically at that point. And as long as it's got all the information, then yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so you'd have to have the template in the exe and the base DLL if you're using reg-free.
Yes. Yeah.
Would that be the rule? Okay.
That'd be the rule. Yeah. But basically, you'd have the template obviously in the base. Then you'd have it in any places where you're using the products. So let's say you've got a nice simple menu, base, browse, and updates, and so on. So for a four app solution, you'd have it and you're only using it in the browse. You'd have it in the base, you'd have it in the browse, and you would have to add it to the menu if you're using reg-free.com.
Right. Okay.
So, but we should be able to auto detect a lot of the settings, like generating the outputs type exe. I think it does something like that now anyway, if you want the truth. Is it? No, I've got some code where it knows what the destination type is and acts accordingly. So we'll be able to do that as well.
Okay.
Okay, so instead of just specify version, we're really going to need those settings 13, 14 times over. Wow, okay. Yeah, can't think of any other way to do it. Just wondering whether there was any merit in asking all use the same version or specifying individually.
Nice. I think if you could do them and say I'm using all 17.3s or whatever, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll keep this one.
Quicker for me, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think the majority of people will. You want the truth? It's nice to have that flexibility.
Right. Change it.
So we've got. Where did we get up to? Let's have a quick look. This is our general, and if we're on the data DLL, I think we'll have another tab. We'll call it resources, and these resources can go off to that tab. And I'll try to find an example, which I'll pinch from somewhere else. And we'll have a sheet on the tab for the individual entries. So what I'm going to do here, we'll just move these two off to a tab called resources. And then I'm just going to have a question here and have another sheet underneath with one per product, because you're never going to get the vertical height to be able to do them. So if you did want to go individually on them, you'd have to basically go and set each one manually. It's not the end of the world.
Oh, okay. No, because it's a one-time thing mostly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So version changes, and even then, it's still going to be faster than going in and out of a bunch of individual ones.
Definitely. Yes, definitely. Okay. Well, before we can walk, let's Roberto, some of this, I don't know if you've got questions on the template you're doing, but you might just pick ideas up for your template work that you're doing.
I definitely will.
This is that, yeah, Kojak version. So we will have a check. Pinch that. Do you know what? No, I've got a better idea. You'll see what in a minute.
I seem to use the boxed a lot now. Keeps them kind of together.
Yeah.
And I don't have to put the ats all anywhere and be moving them and so on. It's just it's too much work to use the ats.
Yeah. No, I prefer to do it this way.
Yeah, just put a box and then it keeps them all together.
So we will go down in. We'll just go in alphabetical order. And this can have. What I was thinking is, let's just, you get the idea, and then I'll show you what else we're going to do. So calendar, chart pro, and so on. So let's just see what that gives us. Oh, gives us a load of errors. What have I missed off an end tab?
END.
Oh, yeah. Now, I won't do all the products here. We'll just, because I can just, one, it'll be a bit boring for the webinar and it'll hold us up. But if we put, say, 3 or 4 in, and then we'll get the idea from that. End boxed. Sheet, tab.
Yeah.
Yep. Actually, we shouldn't be in this solution. We already had one, our multi one, which there. We'll go with that one. Declared in this app. So what I was thinking is there's a Kojak version, and we'll say that. Should we create those apps while I'm at it? And then obviously we'll have these same ones on here, but each one of them can be controlled via a checkbox to say use default. And if you uncheck it, then just that one particular product would be would be overridden. That makes sense?
Yes.
Cool. Let's go with that until somebody says otherwise. I'll correct the maths while I'm at it. Is it that one? Ah, definitely went that one. Oh, no, I should have seen that. They were both on the same line. That's a bit silly. Couple more then, but that'd be fine at that. Okay. Then we'll have a so we'll have use default version, which can be checked by default. Just trying to think of the easiest way of this. And calendar is free. I'm going to actually do them via their number. Yeah. So we'll have the next enable. So oh my days, we're going to need that repeated quite a few times as well, aren't we? Hmm. Yeah, so we're going to need that particular group. Okay, we'll come back to that. All the products underneath the surface have a particular product number, so we might as well just go with that as a prefix for each one of the variables.
So is the X64 just for future possibilities?
No, if you tick that, it would actually switch and use the 64-bit code.control rather than the 32-bit.
Yeah, but that won't work in the 32-bit Clarion app, will it? You're going to have to wait for 64-bit Clarion apps, I think, on that one.
I'm not sure whether I've actually fired it up. I can't remember, is the truth. Maybe we should try it.
You could try it if you like.
Actually,
It's not gonna work. Come on.
No, it's not going to work.
It just doesn't.
And he's just looking at the
I could
future.
put a
He's just
penny on it.
future-proofing
Even a nickel.
I'll take your word for it. I'm still tempted, but I'll take your word for it. It'd be interesting results, granted, but okay. So yeah, so you see what we've got here. I think we'll have to do something with that. I think for now I might just actually take that out. Yeah. Okay.
You should just leave it there. I mean, for future's sake, maybe just put an info there. This won't work till we get 64-bit Clarion or something.
Will it be in my lifetime?
I don't.
Sorry, I couldn't resist it.
Probably not.
I don't think that's going to be more than that, actually, but it's going to be, he's got 60. But let's just see how that looks, and then we'll repeat a few times over. Now what we've done? 50, 12. Really? TPL, line 50, column 12. No, I've missed something off also. Yeah. I'm guessing it doesn't like underscores. If I remember rightly, actually, I've tried this in the past, it doesn't like underscores.
Oh,
You mean the template?
Yeah, don't think.
Yeah, I think you're right. If I remember right, I ran across that problem too.
That's a yeah.
No, like what? What's going on? There was another one that didn't like. If I can remember right. But I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll have that. Bit of a pity, but it's not the end of the world.
So Andy, you don't have to close the solution, just the app.
I know, it's force of habit. I know, even when I clicked it then I was looking thinking I don't need to do this, but yeah, it's OCD I suppose. Okay, where are we on there? It's 45.
If there was a refresh button, we wouldn't have to do that either.
Oh, that's true.
We've missed one there.
Maybe we should ask for one. Can you do a refresh button?
You can ask.
There you go, I didn't press it. Do you know how hard it was for me not to press out then? 46. Line 122.
Don't you have too many quotation closing parentheses there on that line?
Yeah.
In the middle there?
That's why I just I just took it off. So that was hard work. Okay, so it needs to go a tiny bit smaller, but you get the idea. So we should be able to untick that and choose one for just one particular product. But by default, it will go off and use 1640.
That'd be nice, I tell you.
So then we can just override on a individual basis. That's about the fastest way I can think of getting all the settings in.
Yeah. Very cool.
So with that, let's. They've got a box around it. Oh yeah, it's them two. They are to right. Bit of a tidy up. That wants to go probably around the 240, I reckon. And I don't think we'll get away with 90 there. I think we'll get away with 95. I think it will be 90. Okay. Giving us our settings that we're after. So I'll do that for a couple. We'll do that for a couple and start getting it to actually do some of the work underneath the surface.
Do the report control.
The report, yes, okay. We'll do. Actually, that's number 7. You know, on these internal numbers.
Oh yeah. Well, you can do them in order, I guess.
No, it really doesn't matter. We will do report control just while we're here. So we'll take that. We will quickly 003 to 007. And hey presto, we've got report control as well. I have got the concern about the that calc version. I've got to admit it is just bugging me a little. Let me come out of Google, otherwise I'm going to get an update every 2 minutes. Yeah, that the calc version. We haven't actually got it in here. Where is our normal calc version? Oh, sorry, yeah, it's in that one. Okay. Ah, sorry, can you hear me? I think I just caught my mute button.
We can hear you.
Okay. Tell you what, I'll come back to that afterwards, looking at time and so on. But I will put the commands back in. That's one thing about template language. It won't actually moan if you haven't got that. It should do, really. But if you say when accepted and it hasn't actually got the thing you're after, it won't moan about it. I think it's a bit of an omission, personally. Okay. So next, I suppose the next job would be in the main app, making sure that we've got access to those variables and we can act and use them accordingly. That sound right? Which means you had I think on yours, John, you was telling us, didn't you have a place where they're all exported? Oh, here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to need we take out the hotfix. It's those two, which we need. Oh, not that. There. That should be from above. Yep, there it is. I'm just thinking we should really do the Unicode and x64 if we're doing it correct. Yeah. Okay. Oh, hang on. And the export list. It's very quiet webinar. Don't forget, if anyone's got any questions or anything, we still jump in. I'm very paranoid. I'm just sat here developing. Although it is one of the things, it's one of the enhancements that you guys have requested, and a good enhancement at that. Oh, I think it. Oh, I've just seen a question come in. It's and thanks for the webinar. Oh, let's open up the mic. Brian, I'm not sure if you've got a microphone.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. Good to speak to you.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, I was just I've downloaded some, your tutorials and I have your product, and I'm using a lot of your products, like the Report Control Suite and the Calendar Pro, and let's see, a bunch of them throughout my application. But I'm looking for a combo drop-down box, and I didn't know if I've tried like an older one that I was able to find, and I didn't know if maybe I just don't see it, or because on your website it does say that it's in there.
The suite controls. No, I think suite controls. I don't think it's wrapped. The control is technically capable of it, but I don't think that part is wrapped. It wouldn't be hard for me to do. I could definitely put that. Where we're looking here, I'm just checking it. I've actually got a drop. Is it a drop combo?
It says drop combo. Let me see. Let me make sure I have the wording correct for you.
Now you're thinking. I take it this is just as a standalone, like you were adding a Clarion drop combo to a.
Yeah.
So it's not part of, say, a property grid or anything like that.
No.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's just a drop down combo box. Currently, the one we have is the standard Clarion one, where you type in the first letter that you want it to be, and you just have to keep recycling through. Like if it's C, I just keep hitting C, and it'll go to the next C in the drop down list.
Yep. That's not combo.
That's not the combo part, right? The combo part is what we're kind of looking for to enhance our users' ability for that, just to make it more user friendly, So and all your other controls are really nice and have upgraded our system greatly, but I didn't know if you might have something in the works for that.
Well, let me just take a quick look, and also let me see on Kojok's example. Won't be a second. I was trying to actually.
Yeah, no problem. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's the whole point of the webinars, and so no, that's fine.
Yeah, but those fixes you're doing do help.
Yes, yeah. It should be a good little.
Yeah, I went through that issue too in the beginning.
So on one of these, have I got the samples, and it'd be controls. Do you know what? I haven't got all the things. I haven't got all this set up installed for VB. I've taken it off. Tell you what we'll do. We'll have a quick look on the Kojok website to see if we can see it on there. And then at least I know what it is I'm looking for.
Yeah, I've tried 2 different methods, and I just don't like the outcome for either one. So that's the only reason I was wondering if you had any.
So we have we've got dialogues, yeah, buttons, got themed.
There's the combo box up there that says autocomplete.
What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. So that should appear in here. Would have thought it would have come under the list, actually. That's normally their style, if you will. Way past. yeah, we're way past where I'd expected to see there.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have any their samples? I will just have a quick look in the folder.
Mm-hmm.
Did I close it? Yes, I must have done. Because on one of the, I would have compiled them in the past, you see, so that's all I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. No.
Okay.
No. I'm going to guess that it's. I thought there's any screenshots. Yeah, that's fine, except it's nothing more than not really telling us if that's part of the command bar there, because the command bar has got the capability to have its own combo box. The example app does include that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty much just the autocomplete is what I'm after. But you know, well, I mean, having them show up in the drop down is good too. So
Actually, no, it wouldn't be on
but
the
only
list.
the valid results are shown in the combo box. But yeah.
Just seeing if there's any enabled, if it's like the an entry or auto, kind of property, any property that stands out for it. Okay. What did that call it? We'll just search in here for combo, and let's see if they give us any examples of where it is.
I see autocomplete property. I don't know if that would help you.
Nope, that's a bar, the grid. Controls, pro controls, that's good. Called the combo box. Have I got the right thing open here? Because that library, it is a suite controls, but not seeing the actual combo. Coming, straight past it there. Okay, there's a combo box, great. Standard stuff, yeah, appearance, the normal properties, no problem. Got some events. I'm wondering where it's getting its data from, you see. Dot list width, line count, yeah, state enabled. Okay, so there's the item data. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was after. There'll be things. So how would you see it working in your system with regards to getting the data in there? So, because obviously with the Clarion one, you can drop a combo and basically say add that to sorry, get it from a table, like a table of countries, that type of thing. How would you see that working in yours?
Currently, it's getting its data from a queue, and I think if we were to make this change, though, I would probably have to get it from a table,
Right.
or something like that. We would be searching on the a key item in the table.
Right. Well, I can definitely
And
not
in the past, we just made an alias of the table, and then because we would have multiple drop downs on the screen, we'd make an alias of the table and assign it to, to fill the box.
Yeah. I can add that to the suite controls wrapper template. That'll be quite easy to do. The table IO, I think if I got it to the point where you can add it and it works off a queue and give you all the methods for you to either one, just point at a queue. That'll be by far the easiest for you.
Yeah, no, that would be the greatest for me. Yeah, because I would just copy the information from the current Clarion control over to that one. Yeah.
Okay, that's not a problem. Let me. So it's a combo box.
And if you wanted to see mine, you could to see how it is.
Let me just switch to yourself just to make sure we are on the right page, so to speak. There you go. So coming your way now. You should get a prompt. Okay. Yep. So we've got that.
You're able to see mine there?
Yeah, we've got a Clarion 10.
Okay. All right. Let me find out where I can. And these would be the drop downs that we currently have. This is probably one that we haven't changed over yet. Let me move this out of the way so you can see. And you can see how we're filling it here through the queue.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But Clarion normally, if that's a Clarion combo, then Clarion itself would actually go and populate that queue for you. Yeah, so like so.
And then here's how I think it was Alt Z, something like that to show.
Well, I'll get it to the point where it's working off a queue to at least get it out there, and we'll take it from there. So if you don't mind me asking, what's the main driving force?
I'll show you. I'll run it just so you can see.
Yeah, from switching from the Clarion one. I mean, obviously, I can understand certain ones. Just curiosity, nothing more.
No, that's fine. All right, this would be one that I think I've already changed. Let's just see what's in there first. So it doesn't have multiple, like canceled move, cancel this, anything like that. But if I were to start typing, you can see where it will allow me to do it. And I've already changed this one over to a different combo box. But this one's adding this one's a little bit tough, and it takes a lot of time. So I was kind of hoping that maybe you had something in yours. But like, here's the old style, where you would hit in, or let's see if I'm trying to find one that has maybe this one. Yes. So C, and see how it doesn't allow you to finish typing. Yeah,
that's a drop list rather than a drop combo.
Yeah. And so what we're thinking of is changing them over to the drop combo, because this is how these were up here until I made some changes to these to just see if how I liked it.
Yeah.
Like there's interstate. So if I were to be able to type in interstate, that would work. And it pulls it. But like I said, changing them over to this method takes quite a lot of time, which is not bad. But we have 494 of these controls, I think, that need to be changed over.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot, as you can tell. Even some of these down here and currently they just can type the first letter, so it would give it more of a Windows look and feel to it. Since
no, that's fine.
People are used to autocomplete now almost, so I don't know. It's just something we were thinking about.
Yeah, No, I'll add that. Again, we'll see by I don't know if you're available for next Monday's webinar,
Yeah. Sure.
if we'll see. Now, it might just be that it'll only be working off the queue. We'll have to look at the table interaction with it afterwards and so on, but at least it'll give you a starting point, and we can see how it differs from the Clarion one and how we like it.
How did I do this? I'm going to show you how I did the other one, I think. Oh, yeah. I just made an alias and told it to use that as a local. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So, okay.
Cool. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
All right.
We shall.
Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, not a problem at all. That's the whole point of these things. So yeah, no more ideas, and obviously if we've not covered a particular thing, which in the suite controls we haven't done quite a number of them. Like it's got an entry, it's got a spin, and so on. But Clarion's own isn't too bad, so you give priority to the other products where basically filling in the gaps what Clarion hasn't got.
Great. Okay. Great. And I'll be on Monday too. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Cool.
All right. Thanks.
So, right, I'll come off there and we shall continue. Any other questions? I've not missed any, have we? No. Okay. So on our template, we should be exporting them. So we could just quickly on the main app just generate those just to see. Yeah, 14. Come back to that one. Oh, I'm just going to cut the mic, sorry. So Roberto, just a tip here. What I'll do sometimes is just basically echo out in the generator source basically the template variables. Don't know if that come in handy for you.
Yeah, I do that a lot too because they tend to be quite long and pretty hard to remember.
So, well, I mean, here we want to know that they've been set. Now we will actually be utilising them. So, but we just put them in generated code.
Yeah, and one thing we found out was that variables with the same name in one template used in the same procedure are the same variable that the other template has. They're not per template.
They should be per. When you say variable, you mean a template variable, though?
Yes, like this one, NYS 014 reg control such and that template, that variable there. If you use that same variable in another template and you use it in the same procedure, it's the same variable space. If you change that variable and you look at the other one, it's changed on the other template, which is interesting because I have been told it wasn't, but it is.
Okay. Actually, I just thought these aren't template variables. What we're setting, are we? We just want them to be actually set, so they can just be a very simple message. We won't do many. We'll just do a few. Oh, I'm just gonna. Okay, let's see what we've got. Let's compile our dict, and we've got some settings in here, so we've got make sure we are right now. So we're just going to go with standard 16.4 and have these use that. No, we haven't set the others, so I'd expect them to be empty. And in this one, test, oh no. I've been doing stuff with this one. That's the wrong, the wrong app. That's the one. Sorry about that. So on the main menu, yeah, we want our CJ resource. Declared another app. So really, that's all we should have to do on this. .56. Something's wrong there. Oh. So we run this now. Ah. I would have thought we'd have got our messages. I left $1 on there. Anyone see what I've missed out of? Obviously, I must have missed something. So just going to compile that up again and then have a look at some of the actual generated source. And that will also come in handy. They are exported. I'm just wondering whether this is just a Clarion issue. Cleared another app. I'll do a full cleanup. Sorry about this, everyone. Okay. We'll try one more time. If not, I think I'll have to review it offline. John, are you there?
Yeah.
I think I'm going crazy here. I'm not actually sure I've missed anything there.
Well, let's see. So, look at the global extension again on this one.
This one's just they are part of a multi-DLL declared in another app. Then the export, which was generated a second ago, has them all in there. Why it's only actually choosing those 6? That was new. That wasn't. OCX version. That's not new. Actually, no. Those first 2 weren't new. That's new. That's new. And that one and that one. They're not. They're not missing.
Well, they think it is. Where's the dictionary lib?
Yeah, it's in. Just go back. Module.
Oh, that's there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you'd be complaining about others as well. Now, is it because where I've put the have added asking it to message some things out. At global data. Let's go with the TPL version there. And in the what to do it? Where are we? Where's the dict? License hotfix. Oh, sorry, I won't. I mean, this would be crazy if that compiles, because that's how we use the variables in the first place. Our normal, let's say, for example, here, it would be init template setting. Sorry, init prepare, but there we go. And this would want to go through and set the particular version you're using. So they're just standard variables. All that. I suppose the slight difference is the docking panes. We'll quickly look at that one. Might be a bit different with that because it uses a window manager class. But it's still the same principle. Going on the external there, it's a class. Export, we are exporting, we've seen we're exporting. That, and that, and we are exporting. And back to our other, oops, that one. $, in the name. Okay, I think
the right It's looking at the right DCT lib and everything, right?
Yeah. And this is what's actually just been generated, the DCT export, and there they are.
Check the.
They are. Just make sure we are actually. Do you know what? That's the export. No, I was going to say in here, in the global data, are they defined? Are they actually being?
In the DCT.
No, not so much the DCT in this procedures.
Procs.
I think I had that open actually, didn't I? Procs. Yeah, procs. Yeah. Oh yeah, we've already done this. External DLL. And we know that they're in the DCT. So they're defined.
Check the date on the lib, on the DCT lib.
Yeah.
I've had it where it's just would not actually generate the lib. Like, I had to delete it.
Yeah, today, but well, I was actually just thinking
everything.
That.
Yeah, looks like it.
We'll do a clean up. That's just that. So we'll keep those. Got rid of the lib. I get rid of the DLL as well, which is definitely going to prove it.
Yeah.
Yep, there's our lib.
Yep, looks right.
So now procedures, and we'll just regenerate that. I should have both of these open so that I can go back to my dict. Nope, not that one. It's got them defined as threaded. I know we had a question mark about those and so yep, so we've got that what we're after. And the export, yeah, that's got them, just as we normally do.
Yep.
And procs has just been regenerated, which has them. So if I put and it's only a simple message, it's not exactly rocket science. I have known, it sounds stupid, but in the past I've known Clarion get itself confused on that. Oh, it might have been a red herring at the time, but very simple compile. No. I'm quite sure what part it's not seeing of them.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to get an answer on that today, unfortunately, because I do need to call time on it on time. It's my wedding anniversary, and we're going out, and it's really not worth the grief of turning up late. No. Or there won't be many more wedding anniversaries.
It's probably somewhere just missing somewhere here. It seems
this is the silliest of things.
I don't know. Everything does look right.
It does, doesn't it? They're defined, they're exported, they're defined, they're told they're external. There's only one thing I was going to do on that docking pane one. So yeah, that's the one. Sorry. On that, we don't put the thread on there. I'm just going to. This will be crazy. I'm just going to say the threaded off. Shouldn't make any difference on it whatsoever.
No.
Oh yes, on all of them. That, yep. So quickly, a quick cleanup. We'll redo the dictionary. Well, yeah. Yep. Okay. No, didn't make any difference. Didn't think it would. Definitely clutching at straws there, but
That is very strange. I don't know.
and why only those? Why only those 6? Oh, it's because I'm sorry. Yeah, it's because I'm messaging them. That's why.
Oh well.
Oh, a bit of a downer to finish on because I thought basically I was hoping to get to the point where at least we could see the main one. We haven't done the set of the others, so you untick and so on and so forth. Basically, the when accepted, but that really wouldn't be any hardship.
No.
Okay,
We'll just have to cliffhanger it till next time.
Until next time, of course. Yes. As always, thanks everyone for attending. I'll stop the recording there now, but I might just quickly show you something. Something I've been working on is pretty cool. So I'll stop that. So thank you everyone.